Sharnagadi? Okay. Shri Krishna Jai 200. Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jivedaya Gauri Swaparasara Sriyadama Sahabetari Ajanta Dvairava Prema Kori Vairata Jikaya Charanagati Pakatera Prana Jayatmani Vedana Tokis Vedana Abhasya Rakshive Krishna Vishwakarana Bhakti Anukula Maitra Karira Svikara Bhakti Pratikula Bhajana Vikara Saranga Sharanagati Koi Bedahara Tahara Pratana Shune Shinanda Kumara Upasana Tana Pare Danti Trina Kori Bhakati Vinora Pare Rupara Dori Riya Kariya Vari Amito Adama Shikaya Sharanagati Karo He Uttama Jaya Swapashara Jaya Gaura Hari Swapashara Jaya Gaura Hari Someone want to sing for Gore? Is this working even? Doesn't sound like it. Oh, it is? 86? Gauranga Bharite Habe Pulaka Sharira Hari Hari Bolitena Yone Bavenira Sachinandan Jaya Gora Hari. Sachinandan Jaya Gora Hari. Anyone want to sing for Krishna?
Okay. Okay. I do Jai Jai Sundar Nanda Kumar. Also Srimati Radhika's all over. Good? Okay, 344. Jaya Jaya Sundara Nanda Kumar. Jaya Jaya Sundara. Jaya Jaya Sundara Nanda Kumar. Jaya Jaya Sundara Nanda Kumar. Soraba Sankata Vrindavana Tata Sorabasanankata Vrindavana Tata Sorabasankata Vrindavana Tata Sorabasakata Vrindavana Tata Vitavasanta Vihara Vivasanta Vihara Jaya Jaya Sundara Nanda Kumar. Jaya Jaya Sundara Nanda Kumar. Avinava Kudma
samujvala vinavakudmala kucha samujvala kunchita kuntalabhara kunchita kuntalabhara Kanai janerita pandana sakrita Pranai janerita pandana sakrita Chornita vara ghanasara Chornita vara Ganasa Jaya Jaya Sundara Nanda Kumar 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 Chatula Jigancha Rajita Rasa Chala Chatula Jiganchala Rajita Rasa Chala Radha Madana Vikara Radha Madana Navihara Bhuvana Vimohana Manjula Natana Bhuvana Vimohana Manjula Natana Kativa Gita Manihara Gita Maniha Jaya Jaya Sundara Nanda Kumar 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 Adhara Virajita Mandatarasmita Adhara Virajita Mandarasmita Lobita Nija Parivara Lobita Nija Variya Lobita Nija Parivara Lobita Nija Hara Nijabala Rajana Sarita Sanatana Nijabala Jana Sarita Satana Cheta Vihara Davatara Cheta Vihara Davatara Cheta Vihara Davatara Cheta Vihara Davatara Jaya Jaya Sundara Nanda Kumar Jaya Jaya Sundara Nanda Kumar Jaya Nanda Kumar Jaya Nanda Kumar Nanda Kumar Jaya Nanda Kumar Jaya Nanda Kumar Jaya Nanda Kumar Nanda Jaya Nanda Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Krishna Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Vilasini Radhe Radhe Vrindavana Vilasini Radhe Radhe Vrindavana Vilasini Radhe Radhe Vilasini Radhe Radhe Jaya Asta Sakhi Shiromani Radhe Radhe Asta Sakhi Shiromani Radhe Radhe Shiromani Radhe Radhe Shiromani Radhe Radhe Oh Kana Mana Mohini Radhe Radhe Kana Mana Mohini Radhe Radhe Kana Mana Mohini Radhe Radhe Kana Mani Radhe Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe
Mahamantra. Mahamantra?
Yeah.
Mahamantra. Page 9. Sure, I do like to sing. I'm also egotistical. Can you turn the camera towards me? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hold on. No, I wanted to go to the other one. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Agyanam timirandasya Jnananjana salakaya Chaksurunmilitam yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Nama Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Nama Yam Pravajantam Manupetamapetakrityam Dvaipayano Viraka Taruajuhava Putreti Tanmayataya Taravo Benedus Tang Sarvabhut Hridayam Muni Manatosmi Bhaktya Vinay Aparadalakshay Chiptasya Kamadi Tarangamadye Kripamayi Tvam Sharanam Prapadyam Brinde Namaste Charanarvindam Tavaivasmi Tavaivasmi Najivami Tambina Iti Vigyaya Radhe Tam Nayamam Charanantike Kripayati Yadi Radha Bharita Sheshabadha Kema Paravashishtam Pushti Maryadayorme Yadi Vadati Chaganshit Smera Soditasrir Vijavaramane Panktya Mukti Shuktya Tadakyam Shama Sundara Shikanda Shekhar Smera Samurali Manohar Radhika Rasikamam Kripanite Swapriya Charana Kinkari Karo Prananatha Vrishabhanu Nandini Srimakabjara Salola Satapada Radhika Paratale Kritastiti Tambajami Rasikendra Shekhar Samvidaya Dashane Trinam Vibho Prartaye Brajamahendra Nandan Astu Mohan Tavati Balaba Janma Janmani Mari. Anything can strike at any time. First, I offer my unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Diksha Gurudev. Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Astor to the Sat Shri Shriman Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, and the same unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Shiksha Gurudev. Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Astor to the Sat Shri Shriman Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and Srila Bhakti began Bharati Goswami Maharaj to our grand spiritual masters, Shri Srimad Bhakti Pradhan Keshava Goswami Maharaj, and Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, to all of his divine associates, and to all the assembled devotees, and the assembled devotees, Diksha Gurus, who are my Shiksha Gurus, Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Madhav Maharaj, Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Ban Maharaj, and Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Siddhanti Maharaj. So here we are in the honorific title world. I thought that today you may be interested to hear about the Mangalacharana that we do every day, because I think a lot of devotees don't know what we're saying, even though they say Jai, like even Jai, a lot of us don't know what that means. Devotional life just goes on at the periphery of our existence. So we're going to do different words. So you all know what Jai means, right? I know Haridas does. He's heard it a million times. What does Jai mean? But everybody, it's a rule that everybody has to speak into the microphone.
The microphone is dead.
No.
Do you want to start off instead with going with Madhurya Kadambini and
All right.
batteries ready?
You mean right now they're charging? Okay, how long does it take? A few minutes?
No.
All right, we'll start with Haridas Prabhu's question from Madhurya Kadambini. So what is that question, Haridas Prabhu?
Well, they still can't hear me.
Right, so I should just say what the question is? I'm not clear on what the question is. He's referring to a verse on page 374, which is the seventh shower of nectar of Madhurya Kadambini. And the verse is Yato Taram Aso Swadha Vishesho Lasamayapi Ratir Vasanaya Swadbir Vasate Kapi Kaschatit. Although the nectarian taste of ras is relished more in Dasirati than in Shantarati, more in Sakyarati. Well, Shantarati is neutral relationship. God is great. And Dasirati is becoming an actual personal servant. Not a servant like, we're all servants and we give discussions on his glories. Not necessarily a servant like that, but a servant who is personally serving, like fanning him and so on. More so in Sakyarati, or friendship, than in Dasyarati, servitorship. More in Vatsalyarati, or parental love, than in Sakyarati, friendship, and more in Madhuryarati, conjugal relation, than in Vatsalyarati, or parental relation. Still, the devotee develops a relish for one rati only, according to his previous aspirations or impressions.
That's the question.
What's the question?
How at the end it says he develops it according to his previous impressions. This seems to be a conflict with the Sarupa of the Jiva. I have my speculations as to why it isn't, but I'd like to hear from you.
All right. My understanding, so he's asking that if it's according to his previous aspirations or impressions, which may change from one life to the next as we go through life and as we associate with different personalities, it seems at first glance from this verse that this roop is not inherent, like you weren't born with it, but it's according to the association you keep and the impressions you get as you go along in life. So his question is, how is it not? How does it not contradict? Well, I would like to start by reading the next paragraph. According to his past impressions, a person may be attracted to one of the 6 tastes, such as sweet, sour, bitter, and not have any taste for the others. Similarly, a devotee may develop relish for one of the moods of devotional service, such as Dasyaras, due to his past desires and his receiving in this life the special mercy of a great personality who has the same bhav as he has. So that means that let's take that part to show that it's not contradictory. Let's start with that.
That's still even the middle of that sounds like it could be that, oh, his taste is developed by past impressions and by the mercy of what is given to him in this life.
No, that's not the whole sentence. The special mercy of a great personality who has the same bhav that he has. So we read in other areas of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and other literatures that one of the meditations is to take shelter of an associate of the Lord who is an ocean of the moods for which he aspires. In other words, he's already there where the devotee has to go. He already has a bhav. Then he meets somebody with that bhav, but who's perfect in it. And he gets that special mercy in this life. So past desires or past impressions means he has all different kinds of impressions. All different kinds of impressions and all different kinds of aspirations. So I'm kind of seeing this as he can come to relish a particular rati, because it's also how you read the editing. He can come to relish a particular rati if he has the qualification of the proper previous sanskars. And there's a verse which is quoted in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which is Bhaktistu. Do you know that one? Bhaktistu Bhagavata Bhakti Sangena Parijayate Sat Sangha Labhyate Punbir Sukritire Purva Sanskritire. This is the process by which one becomes a pure devotee. By dint of millions of births of previous pious activities, and from that developing impressions on the heart, one gets the association of a pure bhakta. And from that association, he becomes a pure bhakti. So it's due to previous impressions. One is called Adunika Sanskar, and the other one that means present sanskars. And the other one starts with a P, it slips me just at the moment, means from many past lives. So due to that, somebody may get a bona fide spiritual master who can take him back to Godhead and from his natural constitutional positions. Or he may not. Like, for example, there are certain devotees now who say are blaspheming Srila Gurudev. So those kind of impressions that they're getting in their next life, although they may have a bona fide spiritual master in this life, they may not get one. They may get a cheater if they're in the human form of life at all. So according to impressions from many births, one becomes qualified to, to, to get a bona fide spiritual master. Then let's take it to the next step. According to his past impressions, one may be able to follow that bona fide guru. Like, for example, there are some devotees who were younger than me who joined Gurudev way before me. I joined him in 1992. And they joined way before me. And they, back in the early 90s, they were chanting a lakh or two, that is 100,000 names a day. And I was trying to come out of my 16. So I asked Gurudev about that, and he said, oh, they've had many lives. So that developed their taste. Now, the next verse also talks about taste. Srila Jiva Goswami writes in his commentary that the above-mentioned verse, that the relish the devotee experiences in any of the moods, although there are so many moods, the relish he experiences is according to his taste. So where does that taste come from? It states in Brihad Bhagavatamrita by Srila Sanatana Goswami that the taste is given because Krishna has a great relish for unlimited types of pastimes. He creates the living entities with different types of tastes to fulfill his desire for different kinds of astonishing pastimes. But that taste means that, oh God, what did you give me that one for? Means you get the taste, means there's a taste for it. So that's cultivated over many lifetimes. So I wonder if that helps or not.
That's my assumption was.
Okay, good.
So I appreciate it. It's still, I appreciate it because I know that later on in my devotional life I might come across that and be like, what? But so I'm glad to have the.
Then you don't have to trust yourself and your own thinking, but you know it's correct.
Yeah, thank you.
I remember we were all quite shocked and dismayed because somebody did an interview with Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj. And we're asking these types of questions, and they translated it as he was saying, you don't have a taste to begin with, you develop it by association. And so a lot of devotees who were following him left him. Well, if he's not going to be like Gurudev, I can't follow him. And others were thinking, okay, there's a contradiction, but I don't care if there's a contradiction. And then I was just so upset. I was of the view that I don't believe that he's different because I already accept him as, our Guru Varga, and they're all one. So I went to Chandigarh, and I just prayed. I stood by him, and I just prayed internally, please help me solve this. So then I encouraged the devotees to ask more questions, and then it was clarified by me, for me. But then I took it a step further because I was so determined to knock that misconception out that I had it transcribed in the Hindi, because this was being translated from the Hindi. That is, the questioner would ask a question, Maharaj would answer it, and then the questioner would translate it and then go on to the next question. So I had it transcribed from in the Hindi, and then it was a completely different translation. So I was very happy about that. If you want to read about that, what the actual translation is, you can check the Swarup of the Jiva. You know, we have the different acharyas on different pages, so it tells what page, the different pages that he's on. It's very, very interesting.
I want to admit that I didn't totally follow what you said, though I did want to just say like, yeah, that's what I
tell
thought.
me what question.
No. I want to just say, then what I'm hearing and what I'm understanding, I just still got caught up trying to like find like words. No, that's right. No, but like I know like you wrote the book, you know, so
I didn't write it.
You compiled the book
with other devotees.
Anyway, so what I'm understanding.
I recommend following in the footsteps of your Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Bhan Goswami Maharaj, that you read that book upside down, sideways 5 times. Even he was insisting to his disciples that they translate it into every language.
And that's why I inherently just trust that, like, oh, I'm misunderstanding when I read that.
It's difficult to understand.
Right. What I heard you say is that the taste is inherent.
Like if I develop a lot of bad desires, it says due to his past desires. If I have all kinds of bad desires, I may not get that. The key is in the bona fide guru, who's an ocean of the mood that I aspire for. But by my impressions, like, I can't really hate the devotees who are against Gurudev, because it's just due to their lack of impressions or their past desire, which is forced upon them by their past impressions. So you hate the sin, not the sinner.
Right, and none of this is saying, oh, the Swarup isn't inherent. It's saying that the taste is, that the bhav is developed through the pure guru, which we also hear in Nityasiddha Krishna Prema Shadu Kabanoy Shadunava Shuddha Chiche Kurude Udoy, that the bhav is naturally inherent, but it's
not coming from any other place
at all. But it's brought about from a Nityasiddha who cannot. It's not that it's brought about; it's that it's awakened in the heart of one that's been purified by sadhan through the mercy of a pure guru.
Exactly.
Okay, and that's okay. Great.
So I'd love to hear from any of you who will be reading it to tell me what you read that day and to share with each other what you read that day. Another interesting misconception that comes, this is really sad news. Back in the mid-70s, my godbrother Matiladish, who was the father of Kishori Mohan, the famous Kirtaniya, so he told me that one of his services was to proofread the manuscript of the Srimad Bhagavatam. You look like I told you this already. No, it's not not the trees. Anyway, so he said what he read in the manuscript was, if anyone thinks, everyone has to associate with pure devotees in order to make advancement. If anyone thinks that he can remain outside of a spiritual organization, and there are many, a spiritual organization like ISKCON, or any out of the many, he's living in a great hallucination. Then, when the editors came and edited it, they made it into, anyone who thinks that he can advance in Krishna consciousness without ISKCON, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, he's living in a great hallucination. that one sentence messed up the entire planet. So I looked that up just yesterday or the day before to see what it finally said. And then, you see how many hits are there? So there was only one hit for the Srimad Bhagavatam. That was the Srimad Bhagavatam. That was that place. And then the other hits were Vyas Puja books. Every year there's a book where the devotees write the glory of Prabhupada. So in all of these other hits, they say, you said that only in ISKCON, and we follow that. Anyone outside of ISKCON is just useless, can't make any advancement. So that's what spread all over the world to this day. So, any little misinterpretation can do that. Are we ready for, are you finished with this? Oh no, there was the other question. So the other question he had,
Question I have is when Madhurya Kadamini describes.
Does everybody understand that up to now?
So in the verse, it says that your bhav is developed from your past impressions.
Whether you want to be a gopi or a mother.
Or that's what it seems to say, but it's actually saying that the taste is developed.
Give you the qualification or not qualification to meet with that pure devotee who can bring you to the fruition of your desire according to your original taste, which is the same thing that he's an ocean of, having developed that or having just naturally be like that. Does that make sense?
So, does anybody else have a question? Okay.
Okay, then the next question is,
when Srila Vishnutha Chakravarti Thakur is describing Prem.
Even though you have the mic, can you speak?
It's very low. I can speak louder rather than kind of have it very close to my face. No, it's just Bluetooth only.
Oh. Yeah.
Sorry. In the section about Prema, which is the following section, the concluding section, Srila Vishnutha Chakravarti Thakur speaks about progressive, how the premi, the sadhak who has entered into this platform of prem is now deeply desiring darshan of Krishna, and I was wondering how that relates to sadhak who is following a Rupanuga's path, desiring to be a Palyadasi, because why would they want this solo darshan? To me, what sounds like solo meeting with Krishna. To me, what sounds like it.
Does everybody understand the question? So what happens is the devotee, when he reaches prem, he gets darshan of Krishna's different attributes, like his fragrance, his touch, his beauty. And every time he tastes that, he faints. And then Krishna brings him back to consciousness and gives him another aspect, and then he faints. So his question is, Viswanath Chakrabarti Thakur is writing this book, especially for those who want to attain the service of Srimati Radhika. But this sounds like a solo of Krishna. So how do we reconcile that? Is that correct?
Add for anybody who's unfamiliar with like some of the very high esoteric parts of our philosophy, we're, as aspiring servants of Srimati Radhika, we would fall into a category where we don't desire a direct meeting with Krishna. In fact, we say no, no, no. We desire instead to be, we get more pleasure from Radha meeting with Krishna than our own individual meeting. And we'd actually, like, the response would be like, no, 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 I wouldn't want that.
All right, so my understanding of it is that we want to see Krishna, or he sees Krishna, but how does he want to see Krishna? It says, the savor of his lips, his magnanimity, his compassion. These are the items that he's tasting. His beauty, fragrance, sweet voice, tender touch, savor of his lips, like that. So it definitely sounds like this is just any gopi who's not a dasi of Radharani. So my understanding is, because also from Biglapaka's Manjali, Raghunath Das Goswami is praying, when will I have your glance? When will you glance over me? When will you give me a darshan of you? And how do I, but then he fills in the missing links. He said, but how do I want? When do I want a darshan of you? What glance do I want? And so Srila Gurudev explains that we want the glance like when Krishna is trying to anoint Radharani's feet with the red lac, and he's having a hard time because his heart is trembling and so his hand is trembling. So he's not able to do it nicely. He's doing it according to his nicely. Imagine if God is writing anything. And he's in ecstasy. So Radharani glances over to Rati Manjari and says, he's a new person. He's not experienced. He's not doing it right. A person is not supposed to tremble when they paint. So you do it. Take it away. Take the brush away from him. You do it and teach him how to do it. So that's a glance, but it's a glance at a specific situation. So my understanding is that with Krishna, yes, I want to see all of that with Krishna, but under what circumstances? Like, is Krishna like this? And then, like the super soul, and then you taste the lips and you taste the sweetness? Or is he doing something? So my understanding is that all of that comes in his service to Srimati Radhika, or pastimes, and all of his pastimes are of subordination, except when he leaves Vrindavan and things like that. But even when he leaves, it's in, because prem is like material life and moods are mad, they're crazy. And similarly, prem is pure crazy. So he's imagining that if I go away from Vrindavan, then the gopis will be happy because I see that they're happy when I'm not there, and they think I'm not there when I'm there. So if I go away permanently, they'll always think I'm there, and they'll be happy, and then they'll eat and all of that. But it didn't work out like that. So Krishna makes mistakes in ecstasy, transcendental mistakes. So my understanding is, if they're tasting the nectar of his lips, what is that Sanskrit? I lost it. Yeah, it's Soria is the nectar of his lips. So it would be like in as a manjari would taste it through Srimati Radhika. So that is my take on it. As I'm speaking, I'm looking to see if it says this is just for the Sambhoga Ichamayi Gopi, and it doesn't. It does?
There's like one sentence in there somewhere that mentions Radha, and I think it actually like it mentioned somebody. I don't remember if it specifically said Palyadasi, but it did mention like a sadhak in our line.
Do you know where that is? All right. Anyway, that's my understanding. Okay, are we ready for the next section of the class? And if you find it, let us know. All right, so we say so many things. Jai Sri Sri Guru Garanga. Gadaguruji, you usually have read something already from the phone of Srila Maharaj or Srila Gurudev.
Before speaking?
Huh?
Before speaking?
No, I mean, when I give a class, sometimes you go like that, like, yeah, that's what I heard this morning.
Well, sometimes I listen to the lectures from Gurudev on the Gaudiya Rasamrita.
Right, I know.
So then I catch.
So my question is, do you ever read Srila Bharati Maharaj's? So do you remember the place where, because I was reading it yesterday, and today I couldn't find it. And even Vasanti, who is the finding Acharya, couldn't find it on Maharaj's strip. But you don't remember that, right?
No, for what was the day?
He's asking, well, I thought it was yesterday because I was reading it yesterday. Like what is, when we say Astotra Satchi Shimad? No, okay. Anyway, so Madhava Priya Prabhu is asking him, like when we say the Mangalacharana, what do different words mean? So I'll mention a few of those words and other words that they didn't talk about. Because I'm sure most of you don't know what you're saying Jai to.
This, at least, it implies that this is related for somebody who's aspiring to Manjari.
After hearing the Prema Bhakta speak many such words of lamentation. You found it? Wow. Sri Krishna blesses the aspirant of Manjari Bhav by granting him darshan of the excellence of his ras-filled pastimes with Srimati Radhika. So, yeah. Her sakis, yeah, thanks. Her sakis like Lalita, Manjaris like Sri Rupa, and other confidential companions who assist in Madhurya Ras, along with darshan of the matchless treasure of Sri Vrindavan's splendor. Unable to bear the weight of this exceedingly profound feeling of ecstasy, the devotee falls unconscious again, and Sri Hari disappears, along with Sri Dham Vrindavan and all his companions. So yeah, it's the craziness that's the reality, the purity. So it seems like things are, developing into a full manifestation of, his pastimes with Srimati Radhika. Okay. All right, so let's go to the questions. I'll speak somewhat from Srila Maharaj and somewhat just from what else we do. So Madhava Priya is asking, what does it mean when we speak about Gurudev as Om Vishnupad Astotra Sat? So Maharaj said, Om, it's the first word, Om, implies remembering Bhagavan. So then Madhavapriya asks, so does Om stand for us remembering Bhagavan or Gurudev remembering Bhagavan? And Maharaj said, no, that is not the consideration. Guru is already non-different from Bhagavan, as he is most dear to Hari. Guru Krishna Rupahana Shastrara Pramani and Shakshad Hari Trena, both of which means that the Sri Guru is a manifestation of Krishna's form. Therefore, with this conception, Om is uttered. Om is in connection with Vishnupad, which means Bhagavan's lotus feet. That is why Gurudev is addressed as Vishnupad or Prabhupada, that is, servant of the original Vishnu Krishna. Or Prabhu, Prabhu means master, so he's the servant of Prabhu Krishna's lotus feet. You wanted to say something? Okay.
I was just thinking that sometimes I've heard you mention that Prabhu can also refer to Srimati Radhika.
Yes, because I asked what is the meaning of, what's a more rasic understanding of Prabhupada. So he said Prabhu is two, Radha and Krishna. But the more prominent of Prabhus is Srimati Radhika. So Prabhupada means servant of Radhika who has long black braid that's well decorated and a gopi dress and is almost as beautiful as Sri Rupa Manjari. And then Vishnupad, like there's one verse in the 10th canto, Vikridatam Brajabadabir Idam Cha Vishnu. That is, Vishnu dances with the gopis, and he's dancing everywhere, in millions of places at the same time. So that refers to the original Vishnu, and that is Krishna. And then very interestingly, like I thought the word Shripad, Shripad, anybody who's a guru, and I thought that was a little bit lower. And Maharaj said, actually Shripad is more significant than Vishnupad. Why? Because Sri is Srimati Radhika. So Shripad is referring to one who is a maidservant of the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika. Then Pad means at the lotus feet of Radhika. And then you have Sri La. La in Sanskrit or Hindi means to bring, Lana. So Sri La means who brings Srimati Radhika. So then Madhavapriya asks, well, why Vishnupad or Shripad or any Pad? So Maharaj says, because the feet is what you move around with, and you move around to different places and give mercy by doing different things in places that you moved around to. Like yesterday, Tirthapad was saying how his Guru Maharaj just moves around. Every couple of days he moves around to another city. So that starts with the feet. And service done by the feet is also called Padasevana, which is one of the 9 limbs. Done by the feet, like that means parikrama, going on parikrama to the different holy places is Padasevana. And just some more. Oh, Astotra Sat. Where did that go? I remember Srila Gurudev was talking about Astotra Sata because I asked him in Bali, what does that mean? And he said, one means 108 Sris. So 108. What does that add up to? 9. So 9 is the highest number. Because after that, you get 10 again. So Gurudev is the highest number of Sris, means the opulences, the beauty. And the culmination is Srimati Radhika, again, her service. Oh, I wish Jai Sri was still here. He's saying because AUM could also mean Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. So Madhavapriya asked, how does he maintain? Om, Om Vishnupad. And he says, Guru maintains a disciple in 2 ways, through affection, Sarda, or Raga, if you could tell Jayashree. I was telling her this morning, but this is just from Maharaj now. Through affection and through chastisement. Lalan and Tadan. Lalan means giving affection, and Tadan means discipline or chastisement, which is another aspect of affection. There's no difference. If it's only one-sided, then the affection will only be 50%. Then what are some other numbers? And now he's explaining Astotra Sata, Jai Shri Shri Guru Karanga, Darvi Giri Hari Shri Radhavano Bihari Jivki, Nityalila Pravishta, Om Vishnupad Astotra Sat Sri Sriman. So, let's just begin. Let's go back to the beginning. Jai Sri Shri Guru Karanga, Gandharvika Giridhari is Radha and Krishna. Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Jeev Ki Jai. Om Vishnu Pad Stotra Sat. Okay, let's go there. So he said, so that means 108. Some places it even says 1008. So Maharaj said, they may quote any figure, it doesn't matter. So then Madhavapriya says, after Astotra Sata, Sri is added. Does it mean beauty? And he said, Sri means beauty, ornament, everything. That is why each of the Astotra Sata, or 108 Sris of Srila Prabhupada, regarding Srila Prabhupada Bhakti, Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, somebody wrote an article about the 108 Sris that he manifested, like different acts of mercy upon the jiva. Sata means 100, and Astotra Sata means 108. Sri means beauty. Sri means ornaments. Like Prabhupada established so many mutts to distribute mercy. He initiated the Navadvip and Braj Mandal Parikrama. These are his beauties or his ornaments. Although he's already a Paramahamsa, beyond the Varnashram Dharma, still he took sannyas and introduced sannyas in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He published so many books. So in other words, he's just giving the list of all the opulences of the pure devotee. Do you know what Paramahamsa means? Yeah, why like a swan? Yeah, it can go into a lake and drink the milk out of it, which we don't even see in a lake, and leave the watery part. So they leave the material and just go to the spiritual essence. So we say, Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya, right? Do you know what that means? Yeah. Se is Hindi, which means with. Prem se, with love. Kaho, call out. And then what else do you have there? Nityalila. Do you know what Nityalila means? What? Yeah, it means it means that he's entered, pravishta. Nityalila pravishta means he's entered the pastimes. So generally, if the pure devotee is eternally perfect, he's not entering, but it looks like he's entering. Because like Krishna, when Krishna descends from Goloka Vrindavan to this world, he hasn't left Goloka Vrindavan. He's still there. Similarly, the pure devotee is still in Goloka when he comes here. So the entering is just like a pastime that he leaves this world. Anything else? Jai. Do you know what Jai means? Hmm?
Victory.
Yeah, what kind of victory?
Victory of the Guru Varga running Krishna over all our material.
Yeah, Jai doesn't mean just all glories to you or all victory to you, but it means may you be victorious. Whoever was saying Jai to, Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, means whoever that is, please be victorious over my mind and senses, material intelligence. Take it over, take them over, just as one country takes over another. Once it conquers it, takes over everything. And also, if there's Jai, there's also Harjai, which means defeat. So please defeat my lust, anger, greed, pride, illusion, and because I can't, so you please defeat. Are there any others? Sham, Krishna's name, it means bluish black like a fresh rain cloud. And Radhika is Shama, means the feminine counterpart of Sham or Krishna. Basanti wants me to stop now. Are there any final questions?
I have an interesting point. When you said the numerology. So I have an interesting point. When you mentioned the numerology of 108, there's that adds up to 9, the highest number, and there's 9 processes of devotional service. It's also connected to Srimati Radharani, right? 9 processes of devotional service. I don't know if that's like a definitive part of that meaning of 108, but I think it's an
You could
interesting
always
correlation.
figure out how it is.
Yeah.
Like hearing, chanting, remembering. These are all services, And in those services, he's, perfect, beautiful, opulent. Yes.
Maybe this is much, but what is something of this word ananga?
Ananga means the bodiless Cupid. He doesn't have a material body, but he's a Cupid. He attracts everyone, and when one is attracted to him, he becomes free from attraction to the material Cupid. Prabhupada used to say, if you want to be free, then then you have Samagata Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai at the end. Means Samagata, all the assemblies of Bhakta Vrinda, the devotees. Vrinda means assemblies. Yeah. All of you, please help me. Akaramat Raj, Shri Chaitanya Mat Ki Jai. The Santi wants me to stop now. Yeah. Akara means the original Mat. The first Gaudiya Mat was Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Mat, and then Aura, Ananya, all the other ones that came from that. Ki Jai, all of you save me. Okay, Gaur Premanandi. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Gaura Hari Bo, Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Bo, Hari Bo. Okay. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.